How do we feel about therapy?
I think it's important
Why?
because I think people shelter their feelings a lot, and sometimes they just need that person to kind of that mediator to be there and allow them to express what they've gone through, whether it's the trauma or
Yeah.
something, whatever they need to speak
Yeah.
about. I do think it's important.
Personally, as someone that's recently coming out of therapy, and I congratulate myself for that.
Good job.
Period, girl.
You know,
Kudos.
I think that was probably the most life-changing 6 months of my life. I don't think I've ever grown that much in my 21 years of life as much as I've grown in that 6 months of therapy. I've learned so much about myself, things I want, things I don't want, my love languages, triggers, past trauma, things that, back then I'd look at it and it wouldn't come to me, but now it's just like, oh, that's why I feel that way. Oh, that's why this is happening. And I'm not even gonna lie, before therapy, I was very stagnant. And I didn't notice that until after therapy. Like, I feel like a lot of people see outside things as therapy, like, oh, this soothes my need. Like, what I would do, I'd get tattoos, I'd get piercings, I'd go buy
Oh God,
man.
yes.
I'll go buy me a couple pairs of shoes, get my nails done, get my hair done.
Yeah.
And it's like, after a while, you get that, and it's like, okay, let's go again. So I feel like therapy definitely hit that right there for me, to the point where I realized that, it's mainly what's on the inside and not on the outside. I think that touched it for me. It taught me so much, especially like, how trauma affects you as a kid, as an adult.
Oh yes,
because
and that follows you.
It follows you all the way through. Because I'm like, it's a lot of stuff before that I didn't see, but now I just look at stuff and I'm like, oh, that's why this happens. That's why that happened. And it just like cleared my view. And it also gave me like room for healing, like learning to understand myself emotionally and be more vulnerable and open with each other. Like things I used to look past then. Because I used to be like, I'd say a people pleaser kind of. So things would happen. I'd be like, no, it's okay. That's cool. But now it's like, I don't like that. You're overstepping my boundaries. You're disrespecting me. And that's not going to continue to happen. Back then, I wouldn't do that. So, I think therapy is very beneficial, especially in relationships. Because I feel like if you have one partner that goes through therapy and you have one that don't, it's a little rough there. You have the one where you can tell, like, they're acting out or their trauma. But then you also have that one that's been through therapy. They're trying to be the therapist for that partner because, that partner didn't go through therapy. So I feel like it can be very, very beneficial in a relationship that both partners go through therapy, especially if they've had a rough time,
Right.
Go through therapy, learn how to work with each other, learn how to love each other more, learn how to, like, express yourself more to your partner or be there for your partner. And, just, like, become a better person overall. I definitely think therapy did that for me. I think that's the best investment you could make as an adult,
Yourself.
going to therapy.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people overlook it and they think, oh, I'm not traumatized. Oh, that one time I got left at home and I cried all day. That didn't traumatize me.
Yeah.
It did not. Like, a lot of people think it's just the big stuff. It's really the small stuff that stay there for a very long time. And, it builds up and it comes something bigger. So I think it's very important, just invest in therapy. Take your time out, go to therapy, get to know yourself, and, you become a better person for yourself and everybody around you.
Ryan, you been through therapy?
I did. Like, when my brother passed, I was in therapy, but like it didn't last long for me because like I felt that not him in general, but like I just felt like going to therapy in general just didn't do nothing for me because I felt like nobody understands how I feel, bro.
Yeah.
Like, to wake up every day knowing that like your brother is not here, like it even eats me up even more now that like, I'm an adult and I experience certain things in life, and I'll be like, damn. Like, I have a niece.
Mm-hmm.
I have a niece. I love my niece. She loves me now. Like, I could actually hold her now. Like, we could play and stuff. But like, when I heard her call my name, like, bro, wow, this is real. Like, everything just, wow, this is real. Puerto Rico, wow, this is real. My niece, this is real. Like, when I go out and DJ, like, I'll be DJing in like different sceneries, different places, meet different people, and I'll be like, wow, this is real. Like,
So
I wish.
this is my question for y'all. Like, because I have never been through therapy,
Mm.
and so as Black people, right, we're taught
Mm-hmm.
figure it out, suck it
Mm-hmm.
up, don't cry. How do we get over that hurdle in our minds to sit down with somebody that doesn't know us? And even too, as Black people, we're taught they know nothing about me. How are you gonna tell me about my life? How do we get over that?
I kind of just had to leap into it. Like, I'd been through two types of therapy. I've been through family therapy when my parents were going through a divorce, and I've been through couples therapy recently. And you don't know this person. This person knows nothing about you, but I think that those are the best people to talk to because they're not judging you on, like, they're getting to know you. That way they can better help you.
Yeah.
But I just feel like with therapy, people overlook it and they think, okay, if I'm going to therapy, that means something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
And that's why they're so scared to do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to talk to anybody because it can help you in the long run, of course. I don't know. I just
No, that's real though. That's real. Like I feel like I be wanting it sometimes. Like sometimes I really do just want to just sit down and just talk. But like how fast life is moving, how fast things, you just gotta.
Yeah.
Like me, I feel like I just can't feel like I stop my time.
mm-hmm.
Like I already stopped my day by working out. Like I stop like whatever I have from 10 to like 11:30ish is on pause because I need to go work out. But I feel like if I take that pause to like go to therapy right after, I feel like I'm not getting certain stuff done. But then it's like you also gotta put time into yourself, and it's like it's all for like what do you want. So I say I probably would start it just because you guys said it.
I would too.
It's just you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Okay.
I probably would start it.
I would say, how old were you when you first like did therapy?
I was 15. Yeah, 15.
So I would say losing anybody, like, I mean, pretty sure we've all lost somebody before. It's not easy. And talking to somebody about that person that you lost, sometimes maybe you weren't ready to face that trauma that you've experienced when you were younger.
I wasn't, yeah.
So I think now, like, if you decide that you want to try to find somebody that you can talk to about it, I feel like you'd probably feel a lot. Maybe you'd feel more open to wanting to speak to that person about that trauma.
Yeah.
But like one thing I could say off of experience is like that trauma will follow you all the way until it's time for you to get off this earth and until you deal with it. And I feel like that because I don't know. I'm pretty sure I experienced like when I was 15, I experienced an abortion due to health issues, and I have not been able to talk about it or discuss it anything until last year. When I went to couples therapy.
That's real. That's progress.
And like it's not even that I didn't want to talk about it. It's that's something that was thrown under the rug, and I never got the chance to address that situation. And my therapist was just telling me write the letters to everybody who knew about it and do like a lantern release or whatever, and actually let go of that, and then you'll be able to move on because you addressed it.
I think trauma like it's kind of like a scar, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It's like it's always there. Like you
And
hit it,
don't go away.
it's gonna start bleeding again. Like it's like a wound.
Yeah.
So I mean, you gotta treat it. Put that cocoa butter on it. Put that corn on it. Put that peroxide on it. Do what you gotta do. Clean it up. You know what I mean? I think that's what trauma is. But I agree. I think therapy is something. As Black people, we have to get over that hurdle of, you know.
I've had a parent tell me. I'm not gonna say which parent, but I had a parent. Suck it up. That's just the way of the world. But I had the other parent talk to me. Let me know what's going on. So, I always had this thing where even though I had that parent in the back of my mind, I always felt so emotionally open.
Yeah.
So me going to I literally picked up the phone, called the office. Hello, I like therapy. That was it for me.
Wow.
The next week, actually, I was in there and I was in therapy. And I had a lot to talk about. And I think when a lot of people go into therapy, they're expecting help from the therapist mainly than themselves. When you go to therapy, I went to therapy one day out of the week for 45 minutes. Those other 6 days and 23 hours I had with myself. So you're not really like the therapist isn't there to help you. You're with you. So everything you learn in therapy, you're taking it outside and working on yourself. And I think a lot of people that are scared to go to therapy, they think on the fact that it's the therapist. Oh, I'm gonna be letting this person know me. No, you're getting to know you. You're doing the work on you. This person isn't doing the work for you because when you outside, you can't call this therapist outside of your appointment. You can't be like, oh man, I got something to talk about. No, you're gonna be with you. So it's like you have to really look at it and think that this is what I want for me. I want to heal from this. I want to be better for me. I don't just, I'm not gonna sit here and think this person is gonna solve all my problems, because a lot of people go to therapy like, oh, she's not understanding. Don't go to therapy with that mindset, thinking they're gonna understand you. They're psychologists. They learn a book about a specific set of people, and they group us by our similarities. It's not them getting to know us deep down. They're just grouping us by like similarities. So when you go there, don't expect the therapist to get to know, don't expect them to, be the main source of help. Expect yourself, do the outside work, do what you got to do, journal, like the letters and stuff.
I was about to say that,
write
writing
these
in
letters,
a book.
Express it, because you got you outside of therapy. You really have you.
I think even going back to the relationship therapy, right? You said write about it, journal, right? There's this couple on YouTube, Duke and Chanel. And what they do is when they have a problem with each other, they have notebooks and they write down their issue. And their partner goes and picks up that notebook and responds to what their partner wrote. And then they come back and talk about it.
When I was in therapy, we did something like that.
I think therapy it's cool to me.
I think
it's cool.
Especially like going back to what you were talking about with YouTube. That's what our therapist had us do. But the first thing she asked us is, what is our definition of love?
Yeah.
That's the first thing she asked us. And then we went from there.
Well, thanks guys.
Wait. I have one more question. Oh, we gotta cut it?
We got a time.
Damn. All right, put this in the notes. We can put this in the notes. Nah, we can put this in the notes.
Go ahead.
Do you think
1 minute.
Do you think that living in a 2-parent household makes a difference?
Yes. One word.